Okay, back on the Advent map grind here today. We're gonna start with, I think next up is Curse of the Snowy Desert, and we also have, oh hey Dino, what's going on?
Hello, Blake.
Welcome, welcome. Make yourself at home.
Come well, come well.
Nice. Did you say I'm well?
No, is it welcome, welcome, come well, come well?
Come well, so true.
Sorry, man.
I feel like there's like some dirty jokes I could make about that, but I'm just not gonna go there. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is the next one. I downloaded like 4 maps, so I'm not really sure what the order is, but I'm pretty sure the next one is Curse of the Snowy Desert, maybe.
We
If
shall see.
not, then whatever. What?
We shall see. I have my retainers on, sorry.
No worries, yeah, no. It's a pretty common thing. I've known plenty of people who wear retainers to bed. It's always pretty funny. This
The
camp
thing is, they made the bottom one wrong.
Oh, so it doesn't fit very well.
It doesn't fit very well now. I have to wear it red weirdly so I can.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You are cursed. Or my cursed. Your band my band into these frost caves. It's up to you to find the 2 wolves back and return to the heaven to break your curse.
Heal.
Find cursed loot. That's interesting. No cheating. Apparently my render distance should be 12. I guess I'll do that. Why not? It's at 14, but I'll go ahead and change it to 12. It's part of the rules. After all,
I'm gonna show you a picture cake.
please do.
I have stopped making flat terrain. I think.
Oh, cool.
Here we go, it is.
Oh, that looks super fun.
I hope it will be.
I love that layout. Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, I think if you can spice up like, well, I mean, obviously you're gonna add stuff to the to the like decorations and whatnot. I think that'll be really really fun.
In a giant like box at the back, there's gonna be a giant creeper statue.
Oh, that's perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
I like all the
Um.
alternate textures in this map, but the fire could definitely use some work. Something went wrong with this thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Some of it's gray.
It looks like hay bale, but it looks like a hay texture.
You mean the fire?
Yeah.
I like the yellow fire. It's just this wood is like mismatched for some reason.
And
Anyway.
it's it's lol. It's lollipop. It's lollipop. I cannot speak. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can tell you're trying so hard. Oh, look at that guy. It's the Grinch, I think. Looking good.
It's not a Sanders one.
Yep, this is I mean, if you guessed that about any map I play, there's a pretty good chance you'll be right just out of the odds. Because he's made so many. But yes, this is another Sanders map. This one is
Another Sanders classic.
another Sanders classic. Ooh, wow. Feather Falling 10. The Constantin Giant Boots is very cold and whispers. Don't really know what that means, but I'll take it. If it makes you feel any better, Dino, I feel like today, the whole day, like sometimes I just wake up and like I can't like say things clearly, like I can't enunciate very well. And I feel like today is one of those days.
You know what helps me like. I'm just gonna take the bottom one up because I can't speak.
Oh god.
And it also hurts to wear it because I made it wrong. So.
Yeah, that's awful.
How did you deal with like the nervousness when Lost Tempers came out?
How did I deal with it? Let me try to put myself back into that
Like
mindset.
in like a year and a month ago, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Attack speed, knockback resistance, that's pretty good. I remember I don't know if I was nervous. I was excited, and I also remember that I like checked the Discord constantly because I think I'm always kind of like, well, that was really fast. Searching for like, oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Wow.
Like people speaking up about it.
Yeah, just like what people were saying about it, what kind of feedback there was, if it was getting attention, like any videos or whatever. Like, and I would just be constantly checking the Discord over and over and over, which is probably not super healthy. Like, you know, it's normal to be excited about your map, I think, but like, I think I was
They
like a
help
little
you.
bit obsessive, and it kind of worked out because like people seemed to like it for the most part. Like a lot of people really enjoyed it, but um, I do think that it's important to like distance yourself at least a little bit and not like obsess about it, even if it is something you worked on for so long. Because like if you get obsessed with it, then it's just like all consuming. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
um, I don't remember if I was really that nervous. Though I was just kind of excited to get it out after working on it for so long. Are you feeling nervous about your map? I assume.
Since I'm honestly closer to being done than I thought I would be,
Yeah,
because
yeah. I
I've
heard you were like you have like 1 or 2 areas left, right?
the in theory 3
Oh, nice.
because my genius design fucked up so bad in the teleport room. Uh, Red has 2 teleporters. I just said, "Fuck it, let's make Red a massive area." That was me like 3 years ago, and now I'm regretting it.
Just like how big you made the area.
I'm like, I can still make the area small. It's probably gonna be like half as big as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still gonna be the biggest room in the map.
Yeah, I mean you can always scale it down, right? If it's not complete.
If it's too big, yeah, but like I do like making big stuff. That's about my.
Yes, that's your MO. That is what you're
I
known
mean,
for, I think.
that's like an issue for me making stuff too big because only 2 people have played at least up until purple.
Only 2 people
Those
have
people,
played until purple.
yeah, because like I had some beta testing ish done.
Nice, yeah.
Like only up to then it was done,
What
and
did people say?
those people were Quilver and Virgin. Well, for starters, Virgin said, like Quill liked my feed, like told me like what I wanted to hear, but that's
Fuck.
bad because like you don't improve, you know.
Yeah, you definitely want people to give you some constructive criticism if you're going for a beta test, without a doubt.
And Virgin said, "It's too long. It's too damn fucking big. How the fuck? You're making divinities and sized areas by yourself."
Yeah, I think it's okay because it's kind of your whole thing. Like it's kind of what makes you not even what makes you stand out, but like obviously you like making that kind of thing, so it's good to focus on the stuff you enjoy, right? Because that's going to
See,
be your best work.
most of that comes from me being
R-
awful with
Ragecraft.
scaling.
Wait, what?
No, it's just me being awful with scaling.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think everyone can relate to over scoping an area at the beginning by making it too big. That's going to be common to pretty much anyone. So yeah, you know, relatable. It's interesting how Sanders included some of these sandman blocks. They're like from, I assume it's from the sand dimension or whatever. Cause they don't really fit here, but they are pretty funny, so I guess I can't complain. Ah, powdered snow, my ass. Ow. I wish I had some leather boots. So many offhands, holy shit. Yeah, I think it's okay to have big areas. You just have to like really focus on providing variety because like obviously the longer an area is, the more repetitive it'll get if like by default you're going to have a lot of repetition because it's the same kind of style for the whole thing. So you have to worry more about compensating for that by making it different in you know, the way it plays or whatever. What did I get? Sharpness 8, looting 6. Hello? We are down a dino. He's gone. Alright. This is interesting because the other maps that Sandurs released are all very out in the open, I guess you could say. Like, a lot of them have been over void. Let me double check actually. Was this only Sandurs or was this a collab? Because Sandurs submitted a ton of maps for the advent calendar. Some of them were solo projects and some of them were a collab. This one is Curse of the Snowy Desert, and that was a solo project from Sandurs. Respiration 10 on pants. Does that actually work? I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna fall. God damn it. Powdered snow is the worst. What did I just get? Crossbow? Multi-shot, quick charge, piercing. That's pretty good. Yikes. Alright, up we go. What do we got? Hello? More spiders. I kind of want to use the spider offhand, but it's so dangerous because if I get hit once, I'm pretty much dead. Or maybe if I get hit twice. More. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? I guess the whole point was the the items are supposed to be kind of cursed, and I guess what that means is they're very they have like a lot of different effects. So that's kind of fun, but it is so hard to parse. Max health, knockback resistance, attack, damage, speed, less luck, armor toughness. Yikes. I mean, this would give me four hearts, kind of like the stick I have. So I guess it's better, because it also gives me a bunch of other stuff. So we'll try that. Oh, yikes. Forgot about that. I'm just gonna keep going. I don't really want to climb to the top of those, to be honest. It just would take too much time. Oh, yikes. Not you again. Ow. Why does the cave spider always hit me first? Damn it. Okay, some kind of a library here. Books. Just regular books, I guess. Fire aspect 10. Interesting. Okay, next up we have this. Two luck, 2.5 attack damage, 0.3 attack speed. That's pretty good. I mean, 2.5 attack damage is actually like an enormous amount. But it's better if I have a sword. But I haven't really found more swords yet, to be honest. So I guess I'll stick to the axe for now. Oops. Okay, let's go. Feather falling pants, very cool. Let's just run through here. Ouch. Okay, we have some stuff over here. That looks like a wool box to me. I will try to grab that. Nice, one hit. Helmet. That's a lot of speed down. Holy shit. I don't think I want that. Yikes. Yep, I'm playing kind of in the middle of the night today, so I didn't really expect to get a lot of people in the voice chat like I normally do. I think everyone's asleep, and I guess the Europeans are busy doing whatever. We did get Dino for a second there, but I don't know, I guess he left. Okay. I have to break more of these pots because I need more torches, to be honest. 8 armor. 8 armor? Holy shit, that's a ton of armor. That is pretty crazy. I might drop off a lot of this stuff because I'm not using most of it. And most of it is Curse of Vanishing, so I don't really want to lose it. In case I die. Oh, yikes. I'm lucky he didn't hit me. Oh, he's fast. That is not worth it. I wonder how he made these items, actually, because like a lot of them are so wacky that it almost seems like they're like randomly generated. But I don't think they were, because, I don't know, it just takes a lot of work to do something like that. But maybe. Unless there's... I can't talk today. Unless there's like maybe like a randomly generating... Or like a random item generator online that you could use for this kind of thing. It's possible. Wait, I feel like if I charge my crossbow, it's gonna steal the arrow in my offhand. So I guess I'm not gonna use a lot of ranged attacks for now. Ouch. Why am I so zoomed in? I must have something that gives me slowness, right? Let's see. The axe does, but that's not really... I'm not usually holding it. I don't know. I feel like my FOV is a little bit lower than I'm used to. Extra speed and attack speed. Sure. Plus 50% speed? Holy shit. That is pretty crazy. Empty chest. Alrighty, come here. Oh my god. I think it's not that good. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, looks like we're outside again now. 5 luck, 2 attack speed. Hey, welcome back. More health, plus 100% armor toughness. What the heck? I gotta say, all of these different combinations of items are pretty interesting. Or not items, but like item attributes. Like, I don't normally like parsing a bunch of stuff like this, but since it's the whole gimmick of the map, it's pretty funny. Got a blaze. I need to get some of these pots so I can get more torches. Oh. Got a candy cane, fella. Let's see, where would the bull be? I like these fake clouds with stuff on them. That's pretty cute. Oh god, I got hit while holding the pickaxe, didn't I? No, I got hit while holding the egg? Yeah, I must have held the egg. That's dangerous. Hang on, we got a text chat. Oh, the internet died for Dino. RIP. Fair enough. This place is pretty big, actually. Oh, is the... Do we have to go to the clouds? That's pretty interesting. I kind of feel like the monument must be in the cloud, and then the wool box must be somewhere else, but I guess I'll look around. We can just go up here and check that. The dino is now in bed. Does not want to talk, that's fair. Don't forget to put on your retainer. Bunch of holes in the floor. That's nice. Oh, blocks for days. Nice. You'll love to see it. Okay, so what do I see up here? Ouch. We got a bunch of presents. Oh. Oh, that's a fast phantom. Why is it so fast? Oops. Come here. Nice. Oh god. I just demolished my golden pickaxe. Oh shit. Mending, Unbreaking 4, but otherwise unenchanted netherite leggings. I mean, it's better than my current pants, that's for sure. So let's do it. Cool. So, where am I going? That's the question. Nothing up here. Let's try going that way towards the bulk of the clouds, maybe. Nothing in that wreath either. Oh, yikes, not a ghast. Why can't I place? Oh, careful. Oh no, I used the arrow. No. Oh well. Got the Sandurs ghast, very cool. Looting 5 pickaxe, okay. Why not? I don't see anything that would have that reminds me of a wool box or a monument up here. Like all I see is a bunch of presents. Is this way like... Wait, what is that? Is that glass? I don't think so. But maybe? I don't know. Oh, I think it is. It's a wool box, okay. But where's the monument? Jump, jump, jump. And we got a charged boy at the top there. Oh wait, no it's not. Am I crazy? I thought I was a charged boy. Charged creeper. Nice, okay, so we have both wools now. The question is, where's the damn monument? Oh wait, didn't it? It might have been at the very start. So I guess I have to go back now the way I came. I don't think I have anything I can use to clutch and get down easily, but it's not that long of a walk, so it's fine. Plus, you know, I'm pretty fast right now, so it's not a big deal anyway. What do we have in the chat here? It looks like Dino wants to make a throat slasher weapon with high damage but low reach. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting idea. I'm pretty curious to see how people are going to use the new snapshot changes. Like, I don't know, whenever like a new mechanic comes out that's kind of like has a pretty big possibility space, like it's pretty hard to immediately get a good idea of like all the possibilities and whatnot. Like I bet there's going to be some people who use those like the new like player reach attribute and how big mobs are attribute in a lot of interesting and creative ways that I would never conceive of. But yeah, something like a low range, high damage thing is a good example. I haven't really thought about a dino. Personally, what I would do with them. I am excited to make big and small mobs. I think that's going to be like a lot of fun. Just like for mob variety, especially because like you can make things kind of player-sized vexes. Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, hey, on the plus side, they're going to be a lot easier to hit if you make them player-sized, which is like a pretty big step up, to be honest. But like a lot of times, it's kind of hard to make your mobs distinct and like really associate visually what they do with what their mechanics are, especially for like I mean for zombies and skeletons it's not so bad because you can just give them armor and there's so many armor options, especially with armor trims, so it's not like a big deal for them. But for every other mob pretty much they all look the same even if they're different. Like you can light creepers on fire. That's one way to add visual variety, but this is going to be like a pretty good way of like making it very obvious for the player, like when they're encountering a different type of ghast or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you could make your gigaghasts big or whatever, or you could make like low health blazes really small, something like that. And that's like both intuitive, I think, and it's going to stick out a lot more than just like I don't know particle effects or whatever. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I think I'm going to wait to see what people do. You know, people who like really like to think about mechanics and work out like what are the possibilities and whatnot. And then I'll probably just try to take the ideas and stuff that I like and work with that. Other than like the obvious stuff, you know. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. All right, we're finally back. I don't love the giant run back, and there doesn't appear to be a shortcut that I could tell. But at least I could talk about the new stuff, I suppose. So can't complain. Take a quick screenshot here, and let's move on to the next map. Dino bringing up that we could make an Enter Dragon that's just a regular ass mob, but make it small so it looks less intimidating. That's pretty funny, but I'm pretty sure somebody told me that the dragon in particular cannot be resized, which is a shame. I think it's like too hard coded or whatever. Which is kind of a shame because like it would be so funny to see tiny little dragons flying around. Okay. The next map is in 1.20.2, so I switched versions here. Let's see if Discord is keeping up. It looks like it is. I've already streamed in Discord. Let's give it a shot. Oh wait, I don't see it in here. Let's see. I must have done something wrong. Yep, I just put in the wrong folder. The next map is A Corrupted Winner. I think it's by... Who was it by? Let me look, actually. Giant glow squid, of course, of course. Perfect. The map would be Corrupted Winter by Sandurs again, but collaborating with June. So this is a collab map. We'll see how that shakes out. Oh, also I am skipping Outer Wilds because I beta tested that map, so I've already played it. I don't really feel like playing it again, but that one is pretty interesting. It's got a lot of really odd, unusual mechanics. So shout out to Shoal for that map. Cool. Cool. Dinah was asking about the Gizmo Comp map that came out today that I played with Kenny, KVT, and Donson. What was it called again? Trials of a Sorcerer? Something like that. Hang on. Trials of the Sorcerer. Of course. My bad. Yeah, we'll get into that in a moment here, but let me actually start the map and see what's going on. Okay. So, Corrupted Winter. Here we go. What do we got? I think this is the exact same starting chest from the last map, which is pretty funny. Hello, June. Hello, Sandurs. Very similar looking monument too. That's pretty funny. Any instructions? It's not just any winter. It's just different and it feels weird. Okay, sure. I guess we'll see what that's all about. Okay. What do we got back here? More pots. Same exact loot table? Dude, this is gonna feel very similar to the first map that I played, or the last one I just played, I think. Guess we'll find out. So, the Gizmo Comp map, aka Trials of the Sorcerer. Yeah, there's a lot to kind of go into with that one, right? So, first of all, that map is very, very beautiful. It has a lot of like custom textures and a lot of like using a lot of different blocks and unusual color palettes and stuff like that. It's just very striking to look at and like overall a very beautiful map, which is like the first thing that stands out. And not only that, but I'm pretty sure it uses vanilla terrain. Like they just used like some amplified terrain from an old version and then converted it by using brushes and stuff, like painting it. And they did an amazing job with that for sure. Very impressive, and it's so like I think the terrain is definitely one of the most interesting parts, right? Because the whole thing is built with like amplified vanilla terrain, which you could try to recreate that kind of thing with Axiom or other tools and whatnot, but it's pretty hard to do. Like whatever is going on in the Minecraft generation is just like very I don't know, it's like more smooth in different ways and stuff like that. So you're kind of dealing with like a different beast when it comes to vanilla terrain. I'm very interested in that kind of thing. In fact, sometimes I've even used, or at least I've tried to use vanilla terrain to kind of start my own maps. I remember in one of my projects, like a very old one before Lost Embers, I tried to make a map that was kind of like Terminal Cliffs in the sense that I wanted like a big cliff face. At least I wanted that for like one area. Maybe not the whole map. Yikes. And what I just ended up doing is I played with that like old version of Minecraft where you could go in and adjust all the settings and whatnot to kind of get whatever generation you wanted. And I was looking, ouch, for like something that just had like very abrupt changes in elevation that was like relatively flat and didn't curve a lot. And the cool thing about doing that is like you end up with kind of the terrain you want, but you have all this extra nuance that like the regular Minecraft generation engine just gives you for free, and you end up with a lot of really interesting features, right? Like pretty much with no effort. The only problem was there is a lot of effort in doing that because like you can't really control it that much, and I pretty much just had to like go around in spectator mode for like a long time looking for God, this guy is persistent. Looking for the exact piece of terrain I needed. And it was kind of a pain to work with, and it never really went anywhere. But even then, like, I remember I was looking through some of the beta builds of Lost Embers, and whoops. There were like some parts where I tried to like use regular terrain and incorporate that. So since I kind of have like a history with this kind of technique, it's very interesting to see it kind of done, and also done very well. Like it's you know, that map is very complete and polished, and you can kind of see what that looks like. And I think it works pretty well. Like, you know, you end up with a lot of different terrain without really having to go out of your way to like think about how to make it look different and stuff like that. I thought that was very cool. But I think I did have a lot of problems with that map. Mostly, I think, and you know, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what the problem is. Like a lot of times you're going to play a map and you're going to be like, well, like, I just think this is fun. I don't really know why. Or like, I think this is kind of boring, but I can't put my finger on why. And I think my best guess is I just don't like how tanky most of the mobs were. Like, a lot of them took like, I feel like at the beginning when we didn't have our builds figured out, it would take like I don't know, 3, 4, 5 crits to kill a mob, like a zombie or a skeleton. And that's maybe not entirely true, because I think a lot of the time, like, I wasn't getting crits, like maybe I missed a crit, or I just got a regular hit, or maybe I didn't charge my weapon all the way. And it's hard to get those crits because it felt like a lot of the monsters were also like a lot faster than I'm used to. Like, instead of zombies, it used a lot of skeletons that are normally faster, and I think a lot of the mobs were just like they were just adjusted to be faster anyway, like faster spiders and stuff like that. So when you have these super fast mobs, you end up with a situation where it's really hard to get consistent crits, and that can be really frustrating when you have to crit so many times just to get one kill, right? And then add that to the fact that like a lot of the mobs spawn in packs of like 4 or 5. In some areas, there's like multiple spawners at a time, so you end up with like a big mob spam horde. And like the thing is, I like mob spam. It's something that I'm kind of known for, and I like to I like playing my maps too, so it's something that I'm kind of into. But I think the difference is that extra tanky health pool, right? It's just like so much harder to deal with mob spam when the mobs are so tough. And part of me like doesn't like complaining about that kind of thing, because I think about like, well, like, you know, they tested the hell out of this map. They have like 20 beta testers. So it's not like it wasn't for lack of trying to balance, right? I think a lot of it comes from just the fact that when you're dealing with Carto and a lot of like Carto-like effects, like a lot of custom loot that has a lot of complexity, you really have to focus on builds and like figuring out which of your items like synergize and just like stuff like that, right? You have to put together like all of the items that give you attack damage or whatever like that, or whatever. If you want to like kill things fast, or you want to have like a really defensive build, so even if you can't kill things fast, you can just kind of like tank it. Stuff like that. And I think for it's especially in a multiplayer context, it is it's hard to like slow down and like refine your build, you know? Like, I think if I played it in multiplayer, or if I played it, sorry, in single player, I might have actually had an easier time not getting overwhelmed, because you can kind of stop and think about what you want to do for your build and like find all the best items and stuff. But I've never been really good at that, right? I always thanks, Dino. He said, "I think I can hear you talk about maps for hours." Yeah, well, I think this is like a super interesting case study because this is a very, oh no, powdered snow. Oh, I even saw it. I still jumped into it. It's fine. Like, I think this is kind of like, I don't know, both Gizmo and Comp, I suppose, have a lot of interesting design sensibilities that are not necessarily super common. Like, I think, I haven't played a ton of Gizmo maps, but he's kind of known for a lot of like heavy lore that is kind of like well thought out, and a lot of like tasteful carto, I think. And then Comp is just full of all sorts of like really opinionated ideas, and maybe opinionated is kind of like a. I don't mean to come off as like snobbish, you know what I mean? Like, what I mean is like he has a lot of ideas about what to, like how to make effective gameplay or whatever, or like effective maps. And he will like stick to his vision without compromise, and I think it's very interesting because a lot of his ideas are unusual. Like, for example, you have like pretty much every item in that map was unbreakable, right? And that was pointed out as like a compism. Like, it's something that Comp believes in very strongly. That it's like how it should be. Which I don't even necessarily agree with, but like it's really cool to have someone that like believes in an idea so hard and commits to it, and we get to see what that looks like, right? What kind of situation that leads to, what's good and bad about it, etc., etc. And I mean, that was just an example, but I think that is actually a very good idea for this map in particular, or for trials, because like I'm already so focused on trying to put together like a half decent build. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing in this dungeon. Like, I don't even know where to go. I just want to find the wool, but I don't know where it might be. What was I saying? Oh, durability, right? I'm so focused on like trying to find. Oh, I'm so fucked. I'm trying to find a half decent build that like I don't want to think about having to replace stuff and like finding the next best thing, like the next best pants for my build if my current pants break, right? It's like too much thinking. Like, I don't really want to do that kind of thing. Or like if you're already worrying so much about min-maxing for your build, like I don't want to min-max even harder by trying to think about like the next 10 pieces of gear that I'm gonna use if something breaks. So I think it's a very good fit. What else did I not like about the map? I mean, it's a good thing, right? If I can't think of anything, but there definitely were some things that I kind of that stood out to me. I just have to kind of think about it. Another big one. Holy shit! Was that a Gigagast? I'm getting my teeth kicked in. Holy shit! I gotta find some better loot. Another thing that was kind of interesting is like the secrets in that map. So the map has what? 6 objectives, I think, like primary objectives, and it has something like 10 side objectives, right? 10 bonuses. So there's a lot of bonus stuff to look at, like if like more than there are objectives, which is pretty normal, I guess. But like the point is, there's no shortage of secrets, right? And out of the 10 bonuses, we only found 1 between the 3 of us, me, KVT, and Donson. Which is crazy because I usually love exploring. It's like my favorite. Holy shit! What kind of ghast is that? Like I love exploring and finding secrets and like looking for those chests that are kind of hidden away and hard to find. I think part of the reason why it didn't land as well for me in this map in trials was just because we were in multiplayer again, and like you kind of don't have as much time to go you know, or like you kind of want to like get moving when you're playing with friends. You don't really want to like stop and you know, go to every single corner and stuff like that. Yikes. So it does make me wonder, like, what the map would have been like if I played on my own, right? Like, maybe I would have found every secret and I would have had a much better, like, gear progression because I would have found more secrets and it wouldn't have been as, like, I wouldn't have feel like we were so weak and everything was so tanky. Like, who knows? But like the one objective, the one bonus we did find, it was like super hidden. Like it was literally like in a random cave in a wall, and there was like no fanfare. There were no hints. Apparently, maybe the advancements, the name of the advancements for the objectives was kind of a hint. Is I think what somebody alluded to. So that's good, I guess. But like for us, it was just like we weren't even we were looking for the flowers. Like I was obsessed with the flowers the whole time, which is the bonus, by the way. But they were just so hard to find, and it's annoying to me because like I like being a completionist, but if it's just like in a random hole, it's like it's not fun, right? Like I don't want to have to like scour every corner of the map just looking for like a random crevice in a wall. So that was kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't know. And like also I just have a bone to pick with like Carto in general. I think it's just mostly comes down to like a lot of juggling. I don't think I should even be in this dungeon, honestly. There's like nothing here. A lot of just juggling. Yikes. I'm so fucked, aren't I? Please don't kill me. What the fuck? A lot of juggling attributes and like it's hard for me to like pick between items, between armor and stuff, even in vanilla, right? Like if you have like protection 2 versus prot 1 but also 10% speed, like I don't know what the better option is. Like there's a lot to consider there, and I usually just have to like pick one kind of at random, like whatever sounds good at the time. And like I usually try to think about it a little bit, but like it's hard to know like what is going to be the best experience. And if you have something like Carto where like you have so many more enchants and like a lot of maps, they just have a lot of attribute modifiers, that problem just gets exponentially stronger. You know, you end up having to consider more stuff for every single item you pick up, and like even if you don't get that much loot, it's just so overwhelming and like annoying. And if you pick wrong, like you could end up shafting yourself because your build is not optimal, right? And like that kind of constant decision making is like frustrating to me, or it can be, which is weird because I do like strategizing and stuff in this game, right? Like I like trying to figure out the best route. So it seems like it would be like a good fit, but something about it just doesn't land for me. And I think that kind of still present in Trials of the Sorcerer, because like, oh my god, that is a crazy strong hit cast. I don't know, just because of using Carto, I guess. I'm gonna die. So maybe it's just a matter of getting used to it, but I've played like a decent amount of Carto maps at this point, and even though I know what a lot of the enchantments and stuff do, I think that like maybe I'm never gonna quite be so used to it that I can just make those kinds of like item decisions without thinking, or like without thinking so hard about it. I don't know. But I mean, like overall, I can't complain, right? It's a fun map. It's a new experience. Like it does a lot of stuff that a lot of maps don't do. It's gorgeous to look at and fun to play, and like has lots of secrets. Like, you know, it's hard to be like mad about a map that does the all of like the basic stuff you expect so well. Please don't do that. Ouch. I probably won't play it again, but I am really curious how my experience would change if I do play it again and I play it alone instead of with a group, because I think it might be very different. But who's to say? Maybe one day I'll play it again. It's not even that long, right? It's only 5 or 6 objectives, so it's not out of the question. I did kind of think it was kind of annoying how, like, so there's like a bunch of money you get in the map, like a bunch of silver coins or whatever, and there's like so many places to spend them in the monument area. There's like maybe like 10 or so vending machines that all trade coins for like various equipment and goodies and stuff. And the problem with that is none of the machines, like all the machines are super spread out, right? Like you'll have like 2 machines in one room, and then like in another room there's 2 more, and then like through a teleporter there's another one, and then like go up the stairs and you'll find 2 more. Like it's just like so hard to keep all of that straight and remember like what you want to come back to and stuff like that. And like if you do remember something you want, like, you know, get ready to go like run through the entire monument looking for every single vending machine, trying to figure out where the item you wanted was. And it does make me wish it was a bit more streamlined. The other annoying thing about the shop is even though it had like pretty useful tooltips, oh god damn it, like essentially how it works is like you right click a vending machine and it tells you what it has inside of it, and if you hover over one of the item names it'll tell you like, oh, this is a pickaxe or whatever. But like I think it actually makes a big difference when you can see what the item looks like, because then at a glance you kind of like know what it is, and you have like an immediate association with like what the item looks like and what it actually does, if that makes sense. Like imagine you look at 4 pairs of, like imagine a vending machine has like a pants, a chest plate, a pickaxe, and a sword. And like you go through the list and you read what they all do, and you kind of remember what it is and kind of bookmark that for later in case you want to buy it. But if I open that vending machine again, I'm probably gonna have to read through everything all over again because I won't remember what's what, right? I think it's helpful to have like a picture of the item because you'll immediately be like, oh yes, this is the diamond pickaxe I wanted, I remember now, versus having to go hover over it and realize that it's diamond pickaxe, or like read the name. There's just like a level of like intuitive parsing that you get when you see an item picture versus having to read something, I think. Which is why like the villager system of trading is actually, I think, a little bit better, because with the villager trading you actually get to see what the item looks like, whereas with the Gizmo map you just have to read it. So yeah, that's all to say that I just thought the shop system was a little bit frustrating. And also like you just end up drowning in coins towards the end of the map, but there's not like anything else to spend them on, right? So you end up with like millions of coins, and you don't want to spend them on like mediocre loot because the loot was all designed to be like accessible mid-game. So it just seems weird that there's no that like money becomes like useless halfway through, you know what I mean? With the caveat that there is a vending machine that just sells food. So that's what we did, we just spent all our money on food. And the food gives you like various potion effects and stuff, so it's actually a pretty good sync. But it's just a weird experience. Yeah, anyway. While I was ranting, I was like paying 0 attention to this map, and I died like 25 times, and I kind of have no idea what I'm doing, where I'm going. Like, what was that cave I was in? Was that like a dungeon? Because I could have gone down to the bottom of that cave, but like, hey June, that's June, right? I think it is. And this is Sanders. I think I could have gone down to that cave, but I have no idea what was down there. I didn't see anything that looked like it could have been housing a fleecy box. Maybe there was one. If I can't find the objectives, I'll go back and look. Jesus, that hurts. I really need some better armor stat. I think you can kind of tell that Sanders designed the mobs. I don't even know what I'm looking at exactly, but like, just like Sanders likes to have a lot of mobs that have these custom heads and stuff like that. A lot of mob stacks, that kind of thing. So it's a very distinct look. God, I hate these baby zombie spider things. So annoying. Oh my god, I'm getting hit so hard. Hey, Link. What's up?
I did not realize I was muted.
Yeah,
Okay.
Makes you think, like, how long was I talking on mute last time I was in a call?
Oh, yeah, that's happened before.
Yep, all the time.
Sometimes
Welcome.
I'll just say, yeah, thank you. I probably need to be careful not to be too loud, because siblings might be asleep.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, talk as much as or as little as you want. No pressure.
Which map is this?
This is shit. There's like so many winter themed names that I kind of forget. Let's see if the resource pack will help. No.
You're using Cake Pack, okay. Is
Yeah.
snow?
Cake Pack just does a couple small tweaks. Nothing
Okay.
crazy. What is this map called? Shit. It's Wait, is this Snow Globe? Am I playing Snow Globe right now?
Man, you do not have a lot of worlds, okay. Corrupted Winter.
Wait, I thought I just played Corrupted Winter. I'm so confused.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, no. Sorry, okay. The last map I played was Curse of the Snowy Desert, and this is Corrupted Winter. Which is like,
Okay.
those maps might as well be like synonyms for each other, so I get why I'm confused.
That makes sense.
Yep. Anyway, Link, you just missed me rant for like half an hour about what I thought about the new Gizmo map.
Oh, snap. Well, hold on one second. I gotta answer our message real quick, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, one second.
I'm probably not going to go through all of that again.
Just the main points.
Yeah, I guess I can try to summarize it. It's a good idea. Yikes. Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me?
Oh, rats.
What the hell was that? The creeper was just in the tunnel. What was I supposed to do about that one?
Die.
Yeah. That is what I went with in the end, I suppose. I guess I was supposed to, like, look through the scaffolding and see him. I mean, I guess I just got kind of unlucky, to be honest. Oh boy, it's going to be a long run back. We are going to be cheating for this one, I think. Let us go catch up. I'm not making that jog. Alright, drop me off right here.
Wait, is this a gear drop map?
There is a grave system. They just kind of bunches up your items. Nothing crazy.
Oh, okay. So the 4-8 grave system?
I don't know.
I think that's who made it. But anyways. Yeah, so thoughts on Gizmap? Were you a beta tester or?
No, it just came out today, and I played it with Kenny and
Oh wow, so you played it quickly
Dawson.
then, eh?
Huh?
You played it fast then.
Well, Kenny was just like, "Do you want to play this new map that just came out?" And I was like, "Okay." Like normally I wouldn't. Normally I kind of like wait to see how the map is received. Not that like I go out of my way to do it or anything, but like, you know, if the reviews are like interesting or like they seem like the map is interesting, then I'll give it a try.
Gotcha.
But in this case, Kenny was just like, "Do you want to play?" And I said, "Sure." Yeah, I don't want to get into it too much again because apparently I'm terrible at multitasking, and
oh, you're good.
I literally just did jack shit in this map while I was talking about it. Like I just couldn't focus on like trying to analyze my thoughts about the map and also play another map at the same time.
Yeah.
Apparently it's quite challenging, at least for me. But anyway, there were a couple like big things. Like I talked about how like the pros are it's very gorgeous and it has like a very restrained and good use of Carto and custom mechanics and stuff like that, and the way that it like encourages you to make certain builds and stuff is pretty effective. I think it's like well balanced for that kind of map. And then kind of the downsides were that I'm not always interested in a Carto map, or when there's like that much complexity in the mechanics and combinations of loot and you know, attributes and all these different mobs that are really hard to kind of internalize when there's like 20 different new ones per area, stuff like that. I thought the secrets were kind of like too hidden in not a very interesting way. Like you're not like oftentimes. I mean, we only found one bonus objective, and when we found it, it was like buried in a random hole somewhere. So that like that kind of thing just feels very grindy and not like a fun way to go find bonus objectives and stuff like that. So wasn't a big fan of that.
Were there like advancement hints or anything like that?
I'm not sure. I think somebody in somewhere hinted at that. Like somebody's review was like, "Oh, what did they say?" There were either advancements or just the names of the objectives were hints in themselves. So I'm not sure how heavy-handed the hint system was. Like if it was just a name of the objective and that's it, or if it was like a riddle that tells you where it is. Ouch, what hit me? But either way, it just what's the word? The one objective we found like left a sore taste in my mouth because it was like, I don't really care what kind of hint you give. Like this is just going to be like annoying to find. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair.
But like overall, it was like a super polished map. And what it set out to do with Carto and being like a well-balanced implementation of that, I think they did a fairly good job.
That's good to hear.
Oh yeah, like my biggest problem with the map was just like all of the mobs they felt super tanky all the time. And they also felt really fast, and that kind of was frustrating because you would have to play super safe and like do a lot of kiting and just like try not to. Like, you can't play very aggressively and do like crazy shit because you're always being hounded by like hard hitting, very tanky mobs that are super fast. So you have to like keep backpedaling to not get hit. Like maybe if we thought about our builds more and stuff like that, it wouldn't have been as much of an issue. But a lot of the map kind of felt like, oh, let me just like backpedal constantly so I don't die.
You said our builds, so did you make an area in the map?
No. When I'm talking about builds, I'm talking about like the kind of how do you phrase it? Like the kind of items and stuff you combine, like your armor build and your weapon build.
Gotcha. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's not super clear. Yeah. You know, like if you want like a damage focused build or like speed or ranged build, stuff like that. But yeah, I think maybe if I played it in single player, like maybe I could have been more focused on the kind of build aspects of the map. Like what kind of like that kind of build. Oh my god, what's going on? So many cursed mob stacks. Jesus. Okay, Sanders. I'm telling you, man. If you're gonna,
I don't think Sanders. It's Celeste or
he'll be watching.
Nixie.
There will be a Sanders watching this at some point. I think.
Oh yeah. He's gonna join sometime soon.
No. I'm just gonna put it up on YouTube later. Is the thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I guess I should probably say that I'm recording everything right now, just so you know.
How dare you?
Yeah,
I'm taken so back. It's not like KBT records every single time.
well, I mean, he usually has dedicated playthroughs, but sometimes, like, I don't want to give people the impression that they're, like, in this, like, private Discord lobby, and, like, I don't want anyone to be like, oh, what, you were recording this the whole time, and, like, feel bad about it.
Alright, we'll save the racism for later.
Right, yeah. Pretty much.
Oh boy. Jokes aside, it sounds like it's a good map just because people are giving a lot of feedback, which gives me the impression that people are thinking a lot about it, and the elements that aren't there all the way are salvageable. Because you know that there's always some maps where it's like, it's not easy to pinpoint what's wrong, the map's just not great. It's like, what feedback can I give this map maker to help them improve at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, do you think there's a lot of feedback? I don't think I've seen a lot of it, I guess.
Oh, in reviews for Snap, yeah.
I'll have to take a look.
General chat, yeah. Either way, I'm really happy that Gizmo's finally gotten a map out, and it seems really cool. Definitely worked really hard on it.
Wait, didn't Gizmo make Afterfall, or like maybe collaboratively?
Oh, and yeah, I wasn't implying it was Gizmo's first map.
Oh, I thought you said that, sorry.
No, it's just first map in a while.
Yeah, for sure. It seemed like it was an enormous project, so big shout out to getting that out.
Yeah,
Finally.
full CTM. No, it's not quite a full CTM, but very big CTM.
Yeah. Not even about the objectives, right? Like, you could have like a pretty long CTM that has a few objectives. But like, I mean, that's what this is pretty much. Yeah, like only 6 objectives, but it still felt pretty long, for sure. So that's a challenging thing to do. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, if you're gonna make mob stacks, like, you know, mobs riding other mobs, I think you should probably make them lower health, because then they become huge damage sponges if you don't.
Oh yeah, I've always been an advocate of like lower health mobs, because it's satisfying to kill stuff. It's not really fun when you have this huge clump of mobs, or sorry, not a huge clump of mobs, just a damage sponge. Like, sure, it's a challenge in and of itself, but it's just not as fun to deal with, I feel like. And also mob synergies, right? Like, if you make mobs properly, you can have them synergize with the terrain and each other. And if you just have a few mobs that have really high health, that's a lot harder to do than when you can just spam a bunch of lower health mobs, you know?
That's true, yeah. You can have more mix-ins and combinations if you have, like, lower health mobs. Because you can afford to have more of them, essentially. You can have more mobs inside of your mob budget.
Exactly.
I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yikes.
Yeah, you're probably right. Nix. I'm not super duper familiar with everybody's maps in the CTMC.
Yeah, even still, I'm not either, to be honest.
Like, I've finally learned after a while that you've made Lost Embers, Terminal Cliffs, and I think there's something else that I'm forgetting. But like,
no, those were the ones. There's also Suspended Rift, which was a jam map turned. Well, it didn't turn into a full map, but it was a map I put a lot of effort into, so I still consider it to be like one of my main maps, even though it was a 5 objective jam.
True. You also made that cool map called Rune Quest. That was pretty neat. I like that one.
Yeah, and of course I have a couple collabs here and there. Let's see, what do we have in the voice chat here? So, wait, what do I call this? What do I call you, Sacred Reindeer? Nixie, I guess?
Nixie? I don't know, man. Nixie.
I think there actually used to be a couple of CTM podcasts back in the day. Not when I was around. but I think some of the old people who used to be more active on the server had some podcasts, like maybe Dylan, I think, is what I heard.
I think it would be cool, especially to pick map makers' brains. I always love doing that with like Pear.
Yeah. Imagine like asking map makers like the same series of questions and seeing like how their philosophies are different and stuff like that when it comes to the same kind of
that'd be so fun with like you, Render, Pear.
Right.
Who else would know that's really intentional about things? Probably Sequex. Sequex sounds like there's a lot going on in their head.
Yeah. Does Sequex put out a map? Do you know?
I think Sequex has released a few maps, but every time I talk to Sequex, it seems like Sequex is learning new things and has some like new insights. I'll usually go to Sequex for a lot of advice.
Oh, interesting.
Especially bosses. Sequex is really good with bosses. And I'm just that one weirdo that makes bosses, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you ask about the bosses about Trials of the Sorcerer, which is pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
like the first thing you asked was like, "Oh, how are the bosses? Please tell me more." I was like, "Of course, of course."
Oh boy, yeah. KBT DM'd me a little bit about it, so you can't post spoilers in the main chat is the thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, it's like I usually don't care too much about spoilers because I don't play enough maps, and the ones I do play, I actually get spoiled for a good number of the ones that I do play, like Castlevania. Oh
that you do
boy!
Play? You have played it?
Well, yeah, I played Castlevania. And I worked on Castlevania.
Yeah, I know you worked on it, but I don't know if you actually played it.
Oh yeah, I played it. It was a lot of fun. But it was a bummer because it was like I had already seen some of the map.
Yeah.
It's still fun. It really doesn't matter. Like even Revival, as I'm testing the areas, it's like it's still fun.
Yeah, for sure. But it's true that you kind of get like a real sense of mystery and mystique when you when you first start a new map that you don't really get if you've beta tested it or worked on it, which is 100%. Fine. But like there is definitely a difference.
Yeah, there are a lot of solo maps, and I feel like it's a weird thing. Collabs can be hard to do properly, but they're also make your life a lot easier if you do them right.
Yeah, it's something that I actually wonder a lot about. Ouch. Because without a doubt, there is a lot of utility in working on. Oh, great.
That's stupid.
Working on maps together, and there's a lot of the heavy lifting is not on you anymore, especially for stuff that you're not very good at. And what else?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is more daunting with a solo project, Nixie. Like when I was working on Descent, yeah, it's like a 2-year project, man. Just constant grinding.
Yep.
Oof, so much work. But when you have other people around, it's like, well, if you can surround yourself with people that you can rely on, right? Then it lifts a large weight off your shoulders at that point. Also, people have different skill sets.
Yep.
So while Cake might be really good at building and level design, I'm definitely better at mob and item design and mechanics.
Yep.
So
without a doubt.
Rune Quest turned out really well for the most part. As well as you can for a jam map.
Yeah, I think that overall turned out really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the thing is, there is a trade-off there for sure, at least for me, and I think I have seen the sentiment echoed by other people sometimes. But like, it's hard to pin down exactly, but like, I think it's about the level of control you have over the map and like how much you can complete your personal vision.
That's part of it.
Where like I won't feel as motivated to complete a collab map because like the motivation for me often is to kind of make a vision a reality, and if I have to like it's weird to say because like a lot of times you have so much control over the area you're working on. Like usually in a collab you're given one area to work on, right? Like in that entire area is more or less your like you have more or less total control over it, and like total say about everything in it. And yet sometimes I do still feel, I don't know if restricted is the right word, but just like
you can only make your vision go so far in the map. You know, it's a one area thing.
Yeah, it's tough for me to pin down exactly what it is about it, but I don't always feel like the drive that I do when I am trying to make a single player or a single author map, a solo map.
Yeah.
So
I think that it can help if you're working on multiple areas with more people. I heard the build sessions in DE went pretty well as well. Like, people just got together and built an entire area over a weekend.
Yep.
Like, if you have 4 people, or 3 or 4 people, you can do that easily.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're right that there's... I mean, at the end of the day, people are human, and so you can't always 100% communicate effectively your idea for your area. So that becomes a struggle in and of itself, and then of course it has to mesh well with the rest of the map.
Yeah. I keep hesitating to like speak strongly about like what it is that I like. What is the problem? Like, because I'm not convinced that it's control necessarily. Like, maybe it's just like...
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. It's hard to pin down the feeling is the point.
Yeah. I know what you mean, though, because I've seen it firsthand.
You've seen it for what?
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Ugh.
That's why I always admire people like Quilver that are able to like write music for all these different maps, even if some of those maps never come out in the end. Like,
yeah.
Put all this effort into it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think he just loves making music, so I guess when you have a passion like that, like, you know, I'm sure, it's not like I've asked him about it or anything, but I'm sure it feels like he would say, like, oh, well, like, if it never comes out, he still enjoyed making the music, and he still got, like, a lot of insight and experience from kind of working on something new, or maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but, like, the point is that even if he doesn't echo that sentiment, I think that a lot of people would agree that there's still value to be had in working on something that maybe will never see the light of day. Like, a lot of the people, or a lot of projects that people work on, not even Minecraft related, just like it could be anything, are like tiny little hobbies that people just do and nobody ever sees them, right? And that can still be really gratifying if it's something that's important to you. So
yeah, for me, I usually get my gratification from seeing other people enjoy my projects. So it's very important for me to both finish projects as well as have people play and enjoy them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely way nicer when you have people like playtest or actually playing your stuff.
Yeah,
but you know.
That's why I'm always care about the downloads on my map.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, when I make a map, like, I want people to like experience that thing, because that's the whole point.
Yep. And then I also get to brag. It's like, okay, I spent 10 hours working on this. People played it for 1,000 hours. You know, I got a lot of mileage out of my work there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I would ever look at it from like an hour-to-hour perspective, like, because I think about like map making as a hobby versus music making as a hobby, right?
Yeah.
I think that those things could be, you know, equally or like similarly gratifying if you have like an album or whatever that does really well versus a map that does really well. But like the scales that we're dealing with are totally different. Like the map, no matter what, like a map is going to take like hours, whereas like listening to a track will take a couple minutes probably.
Oh yeah, I wasn't trying to equate the two. I was mostly talking about map making, to be honest.
Well, I'm not singling out music is the point. Like, even if you make a map that is shorter in playtime,
yeah,
I don't know if I would ever do the calculation and be like, oh, well, this map is only an hour long instead of 10 hours, so it's 10 times more gratifying. Like, it's not like a one-to-one kind of thing
Yeah.
like that.
I think the reason I always think about that is I'm a really opportunity cost-minded person. So it's a question of, well, if I'm spending time on this, maybe I am enjoying it to some degree, but it feels a lot better if other people are enjoying it as well. And if a lot of people are enjoying it a lot, then I'm having my time well spent.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, that's not the way everybody looks at it. Talking to people in the CTMC, a lot of people make maps, a map that they would enjoy themselves, and so that's a big motivator there.
Right. Yeah, I'm not trying to, like, the point I'm trying to make is, like, I of course, I really value when the end product is being enjoyed by people. But the point for me is that, like, I would never try to optimize for, like, playtime or anything like that. Like, I think the experience is completely decoupled from the total time it takes.
Oh,
A 2-minute piece of music might be so as gratifying as, like, a 10-hour map. Well, like, it's kind of hard to compare the two like that, right? But, like, the point is, the length of time doesn't strike me as, like, a critical factor.
Well, you're right, because an area can be tedious and not fun.
I think the enthusiasm is, like, the main metric that I would optimize for if I had to put a name to it. Like, if people are really passionate about something that I've made, then that's, like, the best possible outcome.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I remember when I put out Suspended Rift, it didn't really get that much attention because, well, there were a lot of good reasons for it. First of all, it's a jam map, right? And people are just never going to be as interested in jam maps. Like, they kind of have, like, a stigma almost. And I think that stigma is, like, well-founded, honestly. Like, you can't expect, on average, that level of quality that you would expect from, like, a proper non-jam project inside of your jam map.
Which I think is an interesting thing, because jams should be encouraged. It makes it a lot easier for map makers to actually get a product out, and it also gives them some creative restrictions that allows them to grow.
Yeah, that's almost like a different question. Like, that's the question of, like, are jams useful? And, like, are they fun and effective?
That's true. You're mostly talking about enjoyment of jams themselves.
Specifically, I'm more drilling in on perception of maps that are released under a jam, right?
Yeah.
And there's good reasons for this, right? Like, you're gonna have, like, the quality of maps is lower on average. They're gonna be shorter, which I think is, like, for a lot of people is important because you can get invested in a big map a lot more easily and have, like, a meaningful experience with that. What else? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like, the restraints, the time restraint of a jam map is very well correlated to its quality, right? So you can kind of not, like, you just can't afford to be as invested in jam maps as you would for a regular map. That's totally fine.
Well, I mean, you're right. From, like, a player perspective, you're not going to have as much time with this gear, so you're not going to spend as much time farming resources or, trying to level up as you would in a normal CTM, like a full-length CTM.
Mm-hmm.
The CTMs are very based on survival mode Minecraft, and that involves a lot of resource gathering and grinding and leveling up, which you don't get in a jam.
Right. Well, that's not to say that, like, one big reason that Suspended Rift didn't get a lot of attention is because it's a jam map, and that's totally fair. Another reason is that, like, the balance is very unusual, and for a lot of people very grating, because it's very mob spam oriented, and I think that has its pros and cons. I personally love how it turned out, because I think there's a lot of, like, things you can do with area denial and, like, shepherding mobs and trying to strategize where to go. With, like, seas of mobs that you don't get with, like, a quote-unquote properly balanced.
I kind of want to explore that a little bit more, honestly. I think there's a lot of mechanics you can do that would help out with that, right? Like, sorts of ways to bulk kill mobs at once.
Yes, AoE is really big for this kind of thing. That's why, like, that's kind of where I introduced the rifle that I like to use in a lot of my maps, which is just a quick 5 charge crossbow, essentially, that does piercing and stuff. So you can just spam that and like take out a whole group of squishy mobs with it really, really easily, and it's super duper satisfying. And it's perfect for this. Like it synergizes super well with the mob spammy kind of approach, right? For the map design. Where was I going with that? I don't know.
We were mostly just talking about jams and...
Yeah, I guess I was talking about Suspended Rift.
Suspended Rift specifically.
Did I have a thesis, you think? Like, people didn't play it a lot, blah, blah, blah.
We were also talking about, like, why people map and what sort of success looks like in mapping.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where I was going, but I can say that like, even though it was not received. Oh no, I brought it up because we were talking about how it can be gratifying when people are passionate specifically about your map, right?
Oh so, yeah.
Nobody like really talked about this map. It didn't really receive a lot of praise, which is like again, I totally like. I think that's totally normal for a map that is designed that way, but. Forright was like such a big cheerleader for this map. He loved it because I think that he really resonated with a lot of those kind of things that I talked about with the mob spam and how you can leverage the structural design of the map.
Yeah.
To make that more viable. And like even though he was like the only one that was championing the map. Like whenever he did, it just felt fucking awesome because like I could see that somebody,
let's go,
like really struck a chord with someone, right? And they loved it for like all the right reasons. And having someone to kind of share that passion for this thing that you made is like so gratifying. And every time I would see that for it would bring it up out of the blue, it would just put a big smile on my face, and that's like. Worth so much more to me than having a ton of downloads and stuff like that, right? Like just this one person being super into it was a lot more meaningful to me than
Well, I mean that's partially why I was so depressed at how Descent turned out. Was it did get a lot of traction and a lot of downloads, but people were not enjoying the map, and it was very clear by the lack of Let's Plays and the lack of people actually finishing it itself.
Yeah, I can imagine that, yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I liked the CTM screenshots, for example, because that's a good metric of how many people are actually completing your map, how many people enjoyed it enough to see it all the way through it.
Right, yeah. Like, again, it's those, like, it's not about the downloads or whatever necessarily, it's more about, like, for me, when people, like, when it like is meaningful to a person, right? And like seeing victory screenshots is always like the epitome of that to me because like it shows that they beat it and that they're like proud and excited about the map.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
I guess you would still do a screenshot for maps that you hated if you completed it, but like.
But then you're gonna post like a review about it, or you're gonna post this was an awful map. Glad I'm finally done.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's like why I love and why I've always wanted to do that part of my website where I showcase victory screenshots because it's just it's so cool to see like people you've never even heard of be like, look, I beat this thing and like I'm just gonna sit here and show it off and be like, check it out. Like it's just so cool. And especially for like people that we're never gonna know because they're just randos on Planet Minecraft.
True, yeah.
It's just so cool to have that like window, and especially when someone is like, when I can see that they've completed the bonus monument too. Like that is just so cool. It's like
that's true.
This person not only beat the map, but they were like into it enough to like really dig into the nitty gritty and like try to find all the secrets. Like
true.
That is just like a statement of passion, I guess, to sound like a broken record here.
Yep.
That is like so.
That's right word.
Gratifying. So.
You're not gonna complete a map, like 100% it unless you really enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or you're a completionist, but I feel like there's not a ton of completionist people. I don't know. Sometimes I get into that mentality, but
where is the wool?
That's a good question.
This map is driving me crazy, partially because I'm just talking the whole time, so it's harder for me to focus, but like...
You have that scaffolding area over there? Oh, there it is. It's right in front of you.
Oh, it's that. Yeah. I think I saw that earlier, and I was just like, oh, it's a weird cube, because it doesn't have glass on it, like a normal wool. I mean, I guess it does. It's just hard to see.
Yeah.
Oh, don't shoot me.
I figured it might be over here because of the scaffolding design. It's like it's either leading up to a way out of the area or something important.
No, I got poisoned. Oh, no.
Is it default witch poison? Oh,
You know it is. Let's go.
unacceptable design. Fan.
I think, yeah, literally, like, witch poison is one of the worst designed things in this game. It's so ridiculously punishing. I'm gonna die of poison, aren't I? Or of,
Get used to that spot potion. One of the really fun things, because the way, okay, I'll let these, I don't wanna bother you here.
Hang on, I gotta step back. This is getting ridiculous. Yeah. I'm just spawning more witches as long as I'm over there. Oh, look at all the blaze. Holy moly.
Oh, dude, all the shrieks. Oh, it's so bad.
Okay, let me step back and think about how I want to approach this. This is getting a little out of hand.
So what you do is you just difficulty peaceful, then difficulty normal, and then suffix.
Genius. I think I'm gonna die. Oh god. Ah, shit. Well, that actually might be the case because I'm so far away from the dungeon.
Yep, despawn mobs. It's inside.
I guess I'll go to the
blob.
top. Here I am. Woohoo! Dang, I can't believe I died after I retreated. Like, come on, how embarrassing.
That was kind of funny.
Survived the onslaught only to get clowned on by a blaze and a spider or whatever. Like, this is unacceptable. Like, this triple stack of spiders is just such a health sponge that I don't even want to, like, engage with it. I don't want to attack it at all. Like, it's just going to be so annoying to kill. And the poison spider is not helping either.
They are not a one-hit kill.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh, Blaze, don't kill me. For the love of God, don't kill me.
You're on fire, you're on poison, now I just
I forgot to put on my armor, that's pretty embarrassing. Holy
Is this the first wool or the second wool, by the way?
I'm pretty sure this is the second wool. Oh god, what did I just pick up? Oh, no, that's terrible. Don't do that.
That looks pretty fun.
The speed is okay, the max health is horrible.
Dude, I love speed in CTMs, man. It's like crack cocaine to me.
Yeah, it can be really effective, for sure.
I definitely need to be more like Gizmo, design mobs around speed.
Oh, a notch apple. What the heck? Design mobs around speed? What do you mean?
Like, make it so that the speed stat is a lot more impactful on combat, if that makes sense. So,
yeah, I remember.
I don't know how I would do it, but yeah. I know that it's very easy. If you have like slow mobs, they can be really easy to kind of get around, circumvent, and just not have to deal with at the end of the day. And that's fine, but it gets repetitive after a while.
Oh no! Ouch!
Oh, you're alive. Let's go.
Yep.
Especially more important later in the map where players are very powerful and just kind of slaughtering and running through everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, I mean, that's also a whole other can of worms, which is like, well, what sort of balance curve is appropriate, you know? Do you want the player to become more or less powerful?
How do I leave?
That's a good question. Wasn't there something on the... Okay, I think when you came in here, there was an item frame with an item in it. I don't know if you picked it up.
Oh, no. Yeah, there was an orb. I think it's this orb, and there was an apple, I think.
Oh, okay, then I think you're good. Because I was thinking that might be something like a potion of flying up.
There's no way out, right? Like, there's no way they expect me to bridge out of here or stack up to the top. That would be insane. That would be wild.
I would go to the opposite end of this because that's the way I think is towards bridging.
Jeez, dude, just kill me.
Oh, grappling, let's go.
Grapple what?
Oh, I was just saying braffling.
Oh, braffling, so true. Love it, love it, love it.
I still cannot for the life of me use scaffolding effectively, but it is so insane when you see someone that can.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of potential.
Yeah, especially in Java, since you can't place blocks as easily going in a direction off a ledge.
Yeah. Yeah, I always forget about that part of Bedrock, right? You can just kind of place forward.
Yeah. It's nice.
It's crazy for making a bridge like really fast, even if it can't be that long.
It's annoying that there's like 2 or 3 really good features about Bedrock I would love to be in Java.
Yeah, I don't
There's a
know.
lot of Java
Maybe I'm like Stockholm syndroming at this point, but like I almost like the awkwardness of bridging in Java because it's like it makes you vulnerable and it's not like overpowered in that sense. Like obviously it's way more convenient if you can bridge really easily and safely, but there's an element of like bridging risk that you wouldn't otherwise have if it was super easy to do.
I think that's because you're used to incorporating it into your design. And like if you grew up in a world where it was the other way around, you'd instead be incorporating quick bridging into your areas. You know how like classic CTMs would always have those like bedrock boxes and just gauntlets where you'd have to, cross treacherous pits and obstacles. That would be a lot more commonplace, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. I still think that there's like what am I trying to say here? Like, you could make an area 4 times as long, or like the bridging part of an area way longer if you have bedrock bridging mechanics. But like, is that area going to be
better? I mean, I think it depends.
I mean, it would take longer to bridge because it's longer, but you still don't, like, no matter how long you make it, you're never going to have like that level of bridging anxiety that you would
I guess, yeah.
Otherwise, because it's never going to be hard to just keep bridging forever. It's just not part of the part of the game at that point, right?
Yeah, it's not like you're looking the opposite direction and you could have something shooting at you and you don't know if its trajectory is going to hit you.
Yeah.
Versus in Bedrock, you just...
Like, I'm not saying it would be, like, disastrous if they added that to the game, but I think that it's, like, a little bit naive to say that nothing would be lost.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there would be things that were gained as well. Just be different design. But there is, like, I think there's a lot of truth. It would be hard to replicate that sort of anxiety that you get in Java Edition.
Like, it just makes me think, like, if you have, like...
Here's your replacement.
Yeah, thank God. Right on time.
I know, right?
Like, if you add a bow or something to Minecraft that does like 100 damage, you can compensate for that by making really tanky mobs. But like, does that fix the problem? It's kind of a bad example because it's you can kind of scale health appropriately, I guess, in that case. But like, by removing
it would be more like, what if they added a gun to Minecraft, and instead of having to use a bow and aim your arrows and take that time, you could just right-click and instantly kill things. It takes the whole, risk factor out of sitting there and drawing a bow, and the skill out of aiming.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, still not a perfect example, but definitely better.
Right. Analogies are hard.
Yes.
I wish I never broke the scaffolding. It's been a pain in my ass ever since it happened.
It's all the braffling's fault.
Well, I guess I gotta go find the other one. It's gonna be inside of that cave for sure, but I didn't see anything that was very obvious as a wool box. But then again, I couldn't see the very obvious wool box in the last area either, so that's probably on me.
Yeah, get better.
Exactly. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like a CTM podcast would be really fun, and I would have like a lot to say because I obviously think about this stuff a lot, like such as the curse of making maps.
It's clear, yeah.
But I would have to like have a script or something. I couldn't do like a free form podcast because I would just end up talking. I don't know. Like I just kind of, it's hard for me to put my thoughts in order without like sounding rambly, and I would just kind of ramble on about nothing in particular, and I don't think it would be very cohesive or anything.
Well, I mean, most good podcasters will do that, right? They'll basically consume some of the content from their guests, like read their books and watch, their videos or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll ask them about that content, and then also ask them about, their fields of expertise or, something they've been thinking about. So I definitely think that's wise, just to kind of have a set of topics, just be like, talk about these things or ask about these things.
Yeah, I think that there's like different kinds of podcasts, and like some podcasts are, oh god, oh no, I'm fucked.
Oh boy,
that was a terrible idea.
So fast.
Yeah, oof. Sanders, not sure about that one. Not sure about these super fast exploding creepers, to be honest. Kind of annoying.
This bridge looks kind of cool.
This bridge is pretty cool. Nice builds on this map.
Yeah.
Like, and some people also, like, just the person makes a big difference. Like, some people are so good at, like, essentially stand-up comedy. Like, they can just make anything funny, no matter what you're talking about. Like, make it into a bit or whatever. And, like, also there's other people who can, like, have really well-articulated and thought-out sounding ways of phrasing what they think. Whereas me, I'm just kind of, like, grasping at straws, like, barely finding the right words to half describe what I'm thinking. So I think I would... if I were to ever do something like that, I would definitely like want to script it, I think. Otherwise, I would just feel like it would just be too, I don't know, just too rambly, I guess.
Potentially. I mean, you're right that the guest plays a large role. Some people are going to be more entertaining than others.
Right. And like in this case, it's not even about entertainment as so much as it is about being cohesive and like making people think, I guess. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah. Provocative.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably still not
I get what you mean by provocative, but like not the other kind of provocative. The
thought-provoking,
right.
not provoking conflict. Or
right, exactly.
Oh, boy. Because, at the end of the day, you're going to want to interface with that as the interviewee and ask them more about what they mean and help them articulate if they're not that great at articulating.
Yep.
Although I feel like there's a lot of people in CTM too that are really good at articulating their map-making philosophies.
Yeah, I feel like whenever Mouse says anything, I'm always like, wow, that was so well put. And like, I didn't even realize that I agree with that, but like, now that you've put it into words, I'm like, that's so true.
That's a quality I envy in people. Because I definitely have some things that I'd like to say sometimes, but I do not know how to phrase them.
Yeah. Exactly. God fucking damn it.
Oh, come on, Sandurs. Are you serious? This is your turn, okay.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal, but I'm not making that walk. What did I even die to? Was it powdered snow?
Yeah, there's powdered snow in here. Careful, don't fall for it again. Okay.
You're gonna put me in the void? Like, that's too much. I'll take a trap.
Yeah.
But the void insta-kill is just too much. Hey, Sanders.
Yeah.
Wrapping up your map, number 1200. At least I'm trying to. I'm looking for the last wool. Or it's the first wool, I guess, but I can't fucking find it anywhere.
It's okay. You only have one more map after this.
That's not true.
Oh.
There's like a million more.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. I thought you were up to date on them.
No.
I wasn't sure.
No, I beat Otter Wilds in beta, so I got to skip that one. So I didn't play that one recently. I beat Solaris in beta as well. That's Render's map. I beat my own, of course. So I'm getting there. Like, it's not like it's not as far behind as it might look, I guess, is what I would say. But there's still a lot left to go.
Well, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning. The best is yet to come.
Ah, another map from Link himself?
Of course.
Oh, okay. I'll keep an eye out for that. Who did you work on with this one?
Who?
Oh my
I'll
God.
give you one random guess.
Is it Dom?
Oh yeah, Dom indeed.
I guessed it?
Yes, you did.
Is it just the two of you, or is there more?
No, there's more.
Oh, okay. Wow.
The reason I asked is because there's several people you could have guessed, and pretty much both of them.
Pretty much, I guessed both of them? Wait, what?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry. You'll see when it comes out tomorrow morning.
What does that mean? Okay, interesting.
All you gotta know is the best is yet to come.
Good to know. I'm so lost. God, I hate these baby zombies. We should have one hit, I guess. Maybe not. Wait, what? It's only a power 1 bow.
But what were we talking about? Making philosophies. Oh yeah, Mouse. Mouse just kind of appeared out of nowhere and took everybody by surprise. I love it.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of how everybody works, honestly.
True. It's always good to get new members in the community.
Yeah, Mouse is like pretty. She's pretty entrenched at this point. She's been around for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I wish I knew what the objective was.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about how some people are very good at articulating their points, Sandurs, and how Mouse is really good at that.
Yep.
And how there's these moments where it's like, oh, I would never be able to phrase it that way, but that makes a lot of sense. I completely
Where
agree
did
with that.
Sanders talk? I can't see it in.
Oh, he talked to me. He talked to me in DM.
Oh, DM. Okay.
Yeah. Sandurs, you need to speak in voice chat. We're all very supportive here.
I don't mind text chat. It's just like you never know if it's like the regular text chat or like the other text chat or the one that's for the voice channel.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So I just kind of figured it was like one of those.
Places.
Where is the wool? I want
I'll
answers.
move here. Can you actually go to the other text chat? Because that's where Nixie is at. If Nixie's still here? Yeah, Nixie's still here. Yeah. There we go.
What is Nixie playing?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me drink.
I'm kind of hungry.
Sandman's Dimension. Oh, okay.
But it's like the middle of the night. I don't want to go eat.
Usually I'll grab like a midnight snack, like some cheese and meat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound that bad. And it sounds quite good. But I don't know, it's just like, I guess I don't want to eat before bed for no reason in particular. I think they just say not to, even though I don't know if it actually matters. Is that true?
Oh, I think that there is a little bit.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cheat because I'm losing my mind. I have no idea where to look. Hello?
Is it not in here?
It's possible. Oh, this looks promising. There it is. Okay, how do we get in here?
Looks like there's a pathway here. So, like, yeah.
Oh, hang on a
Ideally.
Wait.
What? Oh, come on, Sandurs.
Okay, so there's redstone torches that are signifying that there's something here, and then you're supposed to walk through the snow.
Yeah, it needs to be made.
Pretty hidden.
Okay, that is pretty hidden. So that's pretty hidden. I mean, one of the things I like about what a lot of Render does is he likes to add multiple entry, or Render and Moleman, is they like to add multiple entries to the same area. So it'd be cool if, like, this room right here that Cake is coming up on, there were like 2 or 3 different entrances too. Especially if they're hidden entrances like that one.
Yeah, that was like the whole design behind the philosophy for where I put, oh god, not this again. Where I put the oven in Lost Embers, because like the whole point of that entrance was I always wanted to make an entrance from the monument to a super tough area and like through the oven. That was like always part of the plan. But obviously, like, most people are not going to find that. Like, maybe a lot of them will, but I can't rely on that. So
yeah,
the rest of the map has like a bunch of increasingly more obvious ways in, so that eventually they find it no matter what. But if you're really good at looking around, you can still find it early. So
I think that's the proper design for a vaster area or open world type map.
I'm not super into the whole have one, like, it might be obvious to you, Sanders, but like, you built the map. I think it's not quite as obvious as it might seem. Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Yep, I sure am. Okay, others do find it, right? But think about this. Others find the oven in Lost Embers by going through the oven inside the monument. Lots of people do it. It's pretty common. But lots of people don't. And like, if half of the players can't find the area, I think that's critically bad.
Yeah, agreed. What we're saying is it just makes it a lot better if you have multiple entrances to the area, or make the entrance, if it is only one entrance, it should really be really obvious.
I can see you talking. I mean, I know that there's redstone torches around it, and like, I can see you signposting it now that I look at it.
Well, that's the issue, Sandurs, is with maps you want to condition the player, right? So, for example, if I want to use redstone torches to indicate a secret, I need to make some really obvious secrets with redstone torches at the start of the map, so the players are used to looking for redstone torches. Or like gravel, or whatever you're going to use in your map for secrets. And any good map does this. So yeah, in the future, just try to condition the player a little bit, so that way they're like, oh, redstone torch equals secret. Because the last 5 times I saw redstone torches, there was a secret there.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think that like a secret like that.
Oh, you're creative, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Sorry.
when it's the only way in, like, that is not a reliable way to get a player to get into an area that is required. And like, you can defend it all you want, but like, did I find it frustrating? Yes. Did I find it frustrating even after you explained to me where it was or how you designed it? Yes, it was still frustrating. And like, that's fine if it is. Like, that's just my experience. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything. But like, think about that. Like, what if there are others like me who had the similar experience, and if half the people who played the map couldn't find it, like, is that really the experience you want to create on average? Probably not. Right. So that's kind of the way I would look at that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that should be pretty obvious. I'm not sure how many people have posted in chat about their usually not a lot of people give feedback on maps, honestly. That's the difficult thing I've found, Sandurs. Is like beta testing is like the one time where you'll get more detailed feedback. That's what I like whenever somebody offers me advice about my map or has something to say about it. I usually like to encourage it a lot, even if it's something, especially if it's something negative, because I need to hear that sort of stuff to improve. And if people are encouraged to give feedback, then I'll be able to keep improving my maps. Rather than just day one it gets released, nothing ever changes.
Yeah, the trouble with releasing an Advent map is it's kind of I'm not doing this. It's kind of like a jam map. We even touched on this earlier, but like, it's going to get less attention because there's so many maps that are around it at the same time. and people don't want to play every single
that's
map.
true. Yeah, and not everybody's going to give like detailed feedback on every map. They're not going to be like, "Oh, your secret wasn't obvious enough," you know. Versus, that's also why I like watching people play, because then it's like in real time, you can be like,
"Oh my god,
oh, that's obvious." Sometimes I'll be watching somebody play through my map and be like, oh, that's not how I intended that to play. Let me go and change that so that way it's a little bit better for the player. I want there to be a clean experience. But yeah, checkpoints is a good point. I did add those in the CTMC quiz. I probably should have told you that. I think they turned out pretty well. I think we talked about that, actually. We talked about those checkpoints.
Yeah, Sanders, this map looks really good visually, for sure. The landscapes look good. Good block var. A lot of good details that are fun. Like, nothing that stands out too much. Like, it's not like jaw-dropping or anything, but like, you want your map to look good, and it definitely does. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of right, Nix, but also imagine playing that map, dying like halfway through, and having to walk back 3 or 4 minutes. Like, it's just not fun having to walk that long.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's definitely a map that doesn't really need checkpoints, CTMC quiz, but it doesn't take away from it at all, and it helps a little bit, so why not? Yeah.
It's got like 45 minutes, 30 minutes of play time. So if you spend half of that time walking back, you want to put more action into the time that players are playing. Maybe I should have added that on hard mode. I think I actually did. I think on hard mode, it only sets your spawn point if you answer the question correctly.
Ugh. Okay, I was thinking I might play a couple more just to kind of catch up, but it is way later than I thought it would be. It's 1 a.m. I got to get up tomorrow somewhat early at least, so I'm going to probably log off here. But thank you for helping me ramble for an hour about mapping, Link.
It was really fun. I love you, Cake. Kisses and hugs.
Yep, you too, man. I'll see you later, all right? Take care, guys. Good night, or whatever time it is. See ya.